The difference between us is that I can feel pain.
Sounds like a real boogeyman. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy.
There's someone else in the hotel with us. There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
It's got a death curse.
This isn't science. It's more like black magic.
Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper.
Do that one.
Hello, my Night Owl friends, and welcome to a very special episode of Pumpkin Hill Radio. I am Travis Wormwood. With me, as always, is Dawson Trailer. We are expert paranormal investigators on the trail, on the case of anything.
Yep.
That
Paranormal
is,
journalists, investigators, researchers.
truth seekers,
Yeah,
and madmen.
just absolutely insane.
And welcome to Pumpkin Hill Radio. As you heard, as you know from our titles,
Yep,
this is a paranormal podcast, and we cover anything paranormal related.
Yeah.
High strangeness specifically, as we can help it. The weirder, the better.
Yeah, pretty much the cool shit.
Yes.
The coolest.
That's gonna involve wizards today. We decided we got a lot of research coming up on some different psychic warfare programs.
Yeah, yep.
A lot of different things going on, which might come out before this episode releases, by the way.
Yeah, but
'Cause
we're
this is-
in the act of doing that right now.
So we wanted a comfortable, cozy little walk through
Somebody clean the palate
clean the palate with wizards.
with wizards.
We're gonna do that a couple different ways. I'm specifically gonna be talking a lot about Merlin.
Yeah,
He kind of rides that knife's edge of fact and fiction, sort of a very Jesus-like in this way. And then Dawson has some more wizards kind of up through history. We'll kind of just elaborate on and just kind of chat about stuff. You know,
get into it. Yeah,
We'll see where the conversation takes us. We're just gonna. This is a kickback one. Let me lean back a little bit. All right.
Yeah, get
So I'm better now. Yeah. Sometimes I'm a little too tight here.
Get comfortable.
Real quick, I don't want to waste everybody's time with a bunch of plugs, but check the Patreon if you like.
Yeah,
Every month we have new bonus episodes up there, and it's a good time over there. Join the cult, join the deeper layers of the cult over there, and you already are in the cult, by the way, just by listening. So
yep.
so Cult of the Star Mother,
It's
you're
pretty
part of
cool.
it. With that being
Pretty
said,
cool.
I don't know. You want to talk about horror this week for a second? But the main thing for me is me and Dawson are discovering our love for music for the 5th time, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to try
back
to.
around.
I don't know. We're discussing trying to do like a project together of some kind.
We're trying to just get our creative minds in like a different avenue.
I'm so comfortable.
Gotta get the madness in the mind expressed in more than just one way.
Yeah, so I'm excited to hit the ground
Something
running
fun
on
to
some
do,
weird
you
music
know?
with you, Doss. That's going to be a
dude.
good time. I think
Yeah,
we're both
dude.
like mature enough to just like have some fun with it and not feel weird about it. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
As a kid, you're like, I don't want to sing.
Too self-conscious. We're both like in our 30s. We're
Yeah.
not. We don't care anymore.
I've lost all sense of self.
Yeah. I'm completely comfortable with what I am, and I don't really care. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Now that I know that everybody's just me in a different skin suit, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's basically horror this week for me, though. I'm just excited
Yeah.
about that stuff. Anything for you, Doss, before we talk about
I
wizards?
just want to shout out. We got a new sign back here.
Yes.
Thanks, Rich.
If
for
you're
copping that.
If you're listening, go ahead and check the YouTube, check the video. We are on video, and we have new stuff on the wall.
Yep.
Thank you, Rich. Doss, you want to? I will say real quick, if you want to send anything our way, just send us an email or hand it off to us, and it will go right on the wall behind us. We've had 5 or 6 different items behind us are now from listeners and members of the cult. So thank you very much for that. You are
Super cool.
huge part of the community. I know, Rich. This is Doss, tell me about this thing.
So yeah, Rich was at like a haunted hotel or like tavern or something, an inn, and he saw this sign, thought of us, and was like, "Yo, can I have that?"
For the listeners, it is a Bigfoot crossing sign.
With some bullet holes,
kind
and
of rustic
scratch
looking.
marks.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah,
really
so thank
cool.
you, Rich. That thing rocks.
Awesome.
Appreciate that. And it is from a haunted location, so I imagine there's some residue on it. That's why I put it on your side of the wall.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Get that thing just not so close to me. It's already in my room. I don't need to be sitting here.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate that immensely, though. Yeah, again, if
Awesome.
anybody wants to send anything, pumpkinhillradio@gmail.com. And yeah. Besides that, been working on a lot of different stuff behind the scenes, but that's not no. The listeners don't need to worry about that.
We got some new the new merch samples came through.
Oh, that's
pretty
that's
cool.
right. That's right. We are officially sitting
Pretty
with our
cool.
new merch outlet.
We're happy with it.
And we're happy with everything. The quality is exceptional, I think.
What we want. I think it's exactly what we were looking for.
Print quality is awesome. So check the pumpkinhillradio.com. You'll find a link to the merch. We're probably going to have some direct links in the description below, and we'll try to make it just readily available for everybody that wants to get a piece. Everything is very reasonably priced, made by local artists. It's fairly artisan work we're doing over there. So
yeah,
you want to support the cult, you know where to do it. With that being said, Doss, wizards.
Let's get into it.
Just old magic, huh?
Yeah.
What's that word bring to mind? Merlin. Is there anyone before that comes to mind? I mean, there is, but I'm just as far as like very famous wizards.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we have someone. Anybody further back than that? Because Merlin comes around the 5th century, 6th century. So anything earlier than that, it feels very like based in religion. Like Merlin seems like one of the only like.
He's kind of in his own.
He's on his own thing. He's in his own canon, right?
Yeah.
Again, he does ride that like line between fact and fiction. There is a lot of different reports of things though, and it's kind of like biblical in this sense that. Like we have all these different writings of Jesus written by different people, and it seems like there's a consensus that he probably was a real person at some point, or at least a group of different monks and people like on that trail, like doing these deeds and all either using the same name or it just gets placed onto them. So it's kind of hard to see exactly.
Through, like the telephone shit,
Yes. So with that being said, I'm just going to take you through his life a little bit, and we'll stop along the way for just some chats. So Merlin's story, as recorded in medieval lore, begins in the early 16th century. Tradition places his birth around 540 A.D. in the region of Carmarthen. Mm-hmm. Yep, Carmarthen, Wales. He's a Walesian man.
I'm a little Welsh myself.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I'm not.
A little Welsh Irish.
I'm just Norwegian somehow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't even know how that happens anymore. There must be something. I don't want to look at it too closely. Merlin's mother was a nun, a woman sworn to chastity, and but she found herself pregnant. Total Mary situation.
Mm-hmm. Many such cases.
According to many legends, then it was not a mortal man, but an incubus, right? A type of demon who, incubus, succubus. These are sex demons. But there's even before this, we have, and we'll probably get back to it later in the notes. But even his birth, Merlin leads into like Alexander the Great and these and this whole
like
quest for
King Arthur.
All this, exactly. King Arthur kind of stuff is what I meant to say, right?
Yeah.
So
Alexander the Great's a similar.
Well,
where his mom was like, it was like an immaculate conception with.
There's a lot of this going around.
Yeah.
There's a lot of this going around. Sometimes it just becomes a full religion like Christianity. Sometimes it's recorded more as a fairy tale. I think it has about the same amount of
They're all just real.
Yes. At least enough for me to talk about here because there are some, the way it reverberates through history and through just magical practice in general.
Just the influence it has on this, like what people do.
So we have Uther Pendragon, sick name.
Very cool.
Probably going to start using that. That is, I believe he's the king. He's a king, I believe, of Britain, but it's Briton, not like Great Britain. This is like a smaller little place in Wales.
Britonians,
right? Yeah, right. So we have Uther Pendragon, who he is told by one of his court wizards, because there already is wizards. This is a time in the world when we just have a wizard like governing.
Well, it's like
helping to like run society.
It's like when someone's like an expert on something, you call them like a wizard at it. Because that's like what these are. It's like they're counselors.
They are, but they
like
also
where I have like this spiritual, magical, like ethereal knowledge, and just like, so they like kind of have an idea of like the bigger picture than just the king that like knows how to lead people.
Well, yeah, the wizard's like probably
it's an advisor.
He's probably eating mushrooms and stuff. He like
it's like a shamanic advisor.
Yeah,
sick, dude.
Which like I think we got to bring that back, right? Yeah. Like having like a worm tongue type person kind of whispering the news of the world into your ear. Maybe not so like such like an.
Well, that might be what's happening, but it might just be that. It might be like.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. That definitely did never stop.
Some Guermo worm tongues.
I'm pretty sure that did not stop.
Yeah.
It's just a little more
reptiles.
Hidden now. Yeah. But back in the day, it was all like
We need
kosher.
A
I mean, it's like, yeah, we have like there's your court wizard, and it's like he'll do your spells. He'll like make you a little pop.
You'll like read the stars and
your
like
bed.
your fortune.
Yeah.
Tell you what's gonna happen.
So we have, as we say, like Merlin's not the first. He's just this famous for like the first famous wizard, right? One of them.
Well, because he's associated with King Arthur, which is like Arthur the Great.
So we have Uther, who is Arthur's father.
Yeah.
Uther is told this like prophecy, which I might have the exact notes on a little later, but he's given this prophecy that he needs to find a child born of immaculate conception, I believe, so that he can like it'll like help him rule further, right? It'll like secure his rule over this place. And so he like sends out, and he ends up finding this nun, right? That is pregnant, and it is found out that the father is a demon of some kind, which makes Merlin what is called a Cambion, It's a hybrid creature, both mortal and demonic in blood, right?
Which, what's a demon other than like a fallen angel? You know what I mean?
It's,
like,
So, but the thing is, at the time, this is super serious stuff. It's like left unchecked, this kind of a birth could become a straight up antichrist.
Yeah.
Just like a destroyer of worlds type character. So they thought, okay, well, we need this boy. We can't have him become a destroyer of worlds. He's trying to like raise the kingdom with us, right? So
we can use him for good.
So we have. They bring the nun back to I guess Uther and like his council, and she gives birth, and the way that they figure how to do this is they figure they got about a 5-second lead on this demon tendencies. So right when he comes out the womb, he's immediately baptized. Like, I don't know the exact time in between, but I know it was quick
because they were dirty.
I think they just like dunked him in the.
Well, we got to baptize him immediately,
which then leads to this kind of.
So I wonder if that's why like the tradition of baptizing children like right the fuck off.
I think so. Well, yeah. You got to save them, right?
Yeah, it's like this might be a demon baby. We got to fucking make sure it's not.
Yeah, so this act, according to the legends, cleansed the demonic taint while allowing Merlin to retain his supernatural powers. It's
awesome.
This sweet spot between damnation and purity, right? Where he's like half like folk wild man magic, half like Christian magic. It's this interesting little, like Merlin was free to wield abilities beyond mortal limits without suffering the typical vulnerabilities of a demon.
Yeah.
So he kind of gets this
instilled that like morality behind it without it just being just wild.
So the lore of just Cambions in general includes all these different like fairly unsettling traits. As infants, they are said to cry constantly for milk but never be satisfied. Basically what just a baby does. So really hard to tell on that alone.
Yeah.
Really hard to tell on that alone.
Yeah.
Some accounts also, here's how you really tell though, is that they apparently do not have a pulse. And also don't actually breathe.
Oh, cool.
And they also are like, so they age differently. Like I think I was telling you off pod, it's like around the age of 6 or 7, they basically just like look like a little dude. Like it's just like a human at that point. So you got to catch it before then, which is tough because kids before 6 are already so fucking demonic coded. It seems like, they'll just look at you and say the worst thing.
Yes, scary.
It's like, what do you? Yeah,
start telling you about their past lives.
Yeah. I've had my nephew be like, the person in the mirror talks to me.
Like,
what do you? All right, and then he just goes on and like plays pretend Pokemon.
Yeah, the shadow guy with the red eyes told me.
Yeah, that happens. So it's hard to catch. It's hard to catch immediately. They are also said to be like hairier when they're born. I don't think he came out with a full wizard beard, but I think he was just like a good crop of hair.
Yeah,
wild man shit. Looking back at episodes we do every month here, the Bigfoot stuff. It's like, I don't know.
Which I
don't want to just say Merlin's a Bigfoot right in the 10-minute mark.
But maybe if he didn't get baptized,
stopped him. Wouldn't make him full.
My mom always told me. I was born. I was like a bald head, but like my mom would tell me I had like a layer of like soft peach fuzz all over my body.
Well, we all know you're a changeling.
So
was that found immediately, or was that like after?
That was pretty early. Yeah. I don't know. I did get baptized pretty young.
Cambions are also said to be supernaturally charismatic. Enough where they could sway any mortal.
Nice, kind of like me.
Totally like you. Like a court wizard, right? You have these traits where it's like you can sway the queen's eyes on these things, right? Teleportation.
Nice.
immense like stealth.
Well, it's like that, like being in two places at once, kind of an idea.
Mm-hmm. Which we've seen from saints. We have like Christian saints that can.
That's like the only thing. Like, I don't even that's older, I guess, but it's like there's that time between like when Jesus died and then like 500 BC where there's like a lot of these like martyred like saints and stuff doing these miracles. And it's like maybe that's like closest thing to a wizard, but like.
Well, that's what I was.
Different.
That's what I was saying. Like
it's like a different thing. Though.
Before, like pre-Merlin's wizardry stuff, almost always just became like religious allegory. I think, which you have to look at. Like that still comes from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it is an interesting. Like he's in this such a weird spot where it's like I don't know. Like 300 years earlier, this would have just been in the Bible kind of shit. It seems like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or if he like, if he was like more like. If he was like going on crusades for like Christ, it would be like, oh, he's like a saint. Mm-hmm. Well, he's a saint then.
No,
he
like,
just wasn't that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has the ability.
He's more neutral.
He's this antichrist-like abilities, but tame about it, right?
Yeah.
Because he can also, Cambions can also cause earthquakes, small reality warps, conjuration of objects, all types of glamours, basically.
Sounds like
as well as
there's
like,
a lot of those out right now.
Yeah, also like. Basically, like immense strength, speed, agility,
probably
rapid healing. Yeah, I mean, it's just like this. Like if you have like essentially demon blood in you, you get this kind of stuff, right? You tapped in, and then if you're also like I've been specifically like Christian blessed to like not feel the ramifications of like these like evil things, because a lot of this I've been talking to people at the bar about like, I was talking to someone about. Because I was talking about remote viewing.
Yeah.
And they were mentioning how it's like you don't really get to do that on your own. You have to like be letting something in to help allow this, right? Or like be like
or you're like
something.
To do that too is like astral projection. You're leaving your vessel open. And then this is an open vessel for like anything to come into.
So
all when you come back, it might be like have something else like taking the wheel.
So all these workings are like sort of like dark in nature, but like I think done correctly, it's fine. It's sort of like with like voodoo stuff almost. You get like the white magic, black magic, where it's like you're using in a lot of wizarding circles, like the white magic is still like tainted and like it's still like.
Well, you can use like it all has like because it all has that like human. That's like what makes humans like human is like we're all like, I mean in like Christianity, it's like we all have like sin no matter what. There's no escaping it. Mm-hmm. So it's like just like. I think like the more you understand that, the more you can like not get like corrupted by it. Basically,
the corruption is real.
Yeah. Where you lean into it, like that's why like Merlin, him being baptized early and being raised in like Christian morality, whatever people want to think about it, probably kept him from like giving into this like intense power he had.
Well, yeah,
and just doing whatever the fuck he wanted
it's
to anybody.
At this time when we have like this whole heathen society, like this like more ancient magic, this like some Nordic magic shit, which at that time like this is like in the middle of like some crusades and shit. Basically, this is the time when Christianity's kind of taking over, so all that stuff was then bastardized as well. So you have to kind of find that middle point where it's
it was because it was like when it was like I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I have to do more history on it, but it's like because they're like doing the crusade times or whatever, which were mostly because like the prosecution of Christianity from like Muslims.
We probably have a Crusades episode in us.
I want to get into that more because I recently watched Kingdom of Heaven, which is like a Crusade era movie. Great movie. The Leper King.
Oh boy,
really cool.
So.
But anyway,
Cambions can also perform exorcisms, as well as absorb the life force of others, weakening and even killing them to extend their own lives. Very warlock coded there, right?
Yeah, that's very vampiric.
This
is
well. Like how you get these wizards with lifespans of like 5 centuries and shit, which I'll also buy into this.
The Count of Saint Germain is one of those where he like pops up every like few hundred years, and with like he'd like throw these like extravagant like parties and stuff, and like he'd always say he's drinking wine, but people were like, it looks thicker than wine, kind of stuff. And then he'd like disappear, never died. Yeah, never would like have recorded death or anything.
Well, what we're talking about here then sounds more like this like overlaid magic system that we just have here on like Gaia, where you just are able to access these things in any number of ritualistic ways. It's very chaos magic type stuff where you're accessing it. Like either like a vampire can sort of do it. Seems like a saint can also do it. Like it's like you're still. It's essentially the same thing that you're accessing. Like it's just by what means are you doing it? Are you doing it through more like I guess we would call it sacred or void type means, this darker or lighter type magic.
Because I think too, a lot of it comes from like the Nephilim like bloodlines and stuff too. Because a lot of these things, it's like an angel or a demon comes in and like basically impregnates a human woman, and then they have this like hybrid baby that has these like abilities and powers and stuff, and it's like. And then what if they have children? Like that bloodline continues. You know what I mean? Like where I think it's like Dracula, like the like Vlad the Impaler or whatever is like a direct descendant to the current King of England,
like King Charles or whatever. Yeah, I saw that.
And like there's like families that they have like these like bloodlines, and it's like that's like most of our presidents all like go back to like this like King of fucking England.
So
like, there's like these. I don't know.
It's
like that they have like that mass hypnosis kind of like ability. They have these like weird like
dark wizards in our midst.
Yeah,
you know, at this point it's been
this like power of influence and stuff too.
Hey, well, I will say because an unbaptized Cambion. This is where they would have more like aversion to sunlight, right? Holy ground.
Yeah.
Things that are like vampiric or demonic in nature, right?
That dark.
But since he was baptized, he does, daywalker type shit.
Yeah,
all right. So Merlin's first recorded act of public renown came during the reign of King Vortigern. The king had commissioned the building of a great fortress at Dina Emeris in North Wales, but the construction faced a baffling problem. Each time the workers neared completion, a section of the structure would collapse without explanation. Vortigern has this council of wise men, these people that he would go to, as we were saying, and sometimes they are offering these. So their solution from his like group of court wizards says that they declare that the instability could be cured only by the sacrifice of the. Okay, this is where it is, by sacrificing the blood of a child born of a virgin, and then sprinkling that blood into the foundation. So I guess it was helping him like secure rain by like building this thing. So that's earlier. Sorry, I just had this kind of out of order in my mind as far as what it is. But
we're kind of all over the place.
Yeah, this is a cozy one, people.
So that's what happened. That's like why Merlin was like chosen by the king.
So yes,
because there was like this like virgin birth.
They needed his blood. They needed his blood
to like do this ritual.
And so this was. And sorry, I definitely got the king's names wrong. Uther comes after this. So the one before Uther, is Vortigern. It's Vortigern, then Uther, and then
King Arthur.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so we have Merlin now. That's how he's brought in the picture. Fucking because this Vortigern is like, my castle keeps on collapsing. I cannot like.
Where does Pendragon come in? Is that the wizard?
That's Uther's last name.
Okay. Uther Pendragon.
That's Arthur's last name
Pendragon.
As well. Yeah.
So he also slays a dragon, Arthur, which is cool. Dragons are real. That was almost this episode, but I just couldn't do it yet.
We'll have. But hey, I'm about to mention some dragons. Let me get into that. So this is what happens though. They bring Merlin in to make him a blood sacrifice because we need this half human, half demon blood to sprinkle in the what do they call it? The fountain, I guess.
Yeah.
Sprinkle it beneath the foundation, he said, and then the thing would build up fine. Merlin, he confronts the king at a young age. He's like a boy,
like a baby at this point.
But just like these Cambions age differently.
They're
so he's
advanced,
he's rapidly aging. He's already can speak, right? He comes to the king and he's like, I can see what the problem from here. And it's not my blood. He says, underneath your castle is this like hidden pool of water, this like cavern. It's like a cavern deep under there, and stuff just keeps on caving into it, and it's not stable, right? There's not enough stability there.
Like a proper foundation.
So the king's like, okay,
Shouldn't build your castle here, man.
He's like, okay. So he orders like the site to be excavated. Like he believes this kid enough because he knows that the kid has powers, right?
Yeah. He's like,
the workers uncover a pool of water, but they also uncover 2 dragons.
oh shit.
A red dragon and a white dragon that are apparently locked in an endless struggle. They've just been like battling down here.
Nice.
And apparently this battle was the real cause of the collapse. There is some like allegories there where maybe the red represents like one faction, white represents the other.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They saw dragons down there.
Yeah.
So at this point, yeah, Vortigern is like, damn, all right, you were right. Hangs all his wise men. Hangs every other court wizard. They're all done. Then he brings in Merlin. He's like, this guy's got it.
Like, this is the man.
He literally kills every other wizard. And he's like, nope, Merlin's the one then. Because those guys wanted me to kill Merlin, and then he proved them wrong.
These guys were jealous.
Yeah.
Might be something there. I wonder if there's like this is just kind of off topic, but
It's fine.
Like when like a wise man and like wizard.
That is, I'm like,
is that like
wise men is another like term for it.
I feel like they're like they come from each other.
I'll say like
in a
half the
certain
times
way.
I said wizard, it just said wise men in my notes. I just was keeping the tone of it the same, but it is. It's.
I don't know. Maybe that's like pretty. Maybe that's like pretty common knowledge, but it just came to my mind. I'm like, that's kind of
the same thing. Yeah.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah. No, it's good to point out. So
wiser.
We have. Oh man, another little story here, kind of before we get going on Arthur stuff with him, Merlin. Just to like, he becomes this prophet, wizard, and advisor. Right as the years goes on, he enters the service of King Uther Pendragon. Right. Yeah. Vortigern dies or leaves or whatever, or Uther comes into power. This is where Uther then falls in love with this chick, Ygritte, who is already the wife of the Duke of Cornwall. So Merlin comes in as a prophet, advisor, and wingman, I guess, and he does this thing where he casts a spell on Uther, so Uther's appearance is that of the Duke.
Oh.
This gets pretty dicey.
Yeah.
This is pretty dicey. A little rapey at this point.
Well, I also know, okay, so...
A lot.
Yeah, keep going.
Well, that's just really quick. This is what allows him to enter Ingrid's bedchamber.
Yeah.
Arthur was conceived that night.
Yeah.
This is where Arthur comes in.
So I know, okay, so Uther was like in love with this chick. She already had a husband or whatever. But I also know Merlin was doing this so then, because he knew that Uther's heir was going to be a target, because he was like, he was a powerful guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, you need to like secretly conceive this other child. So people think it's this other guy's kid, but it's really your.
He kind of gave him this like prophecy to fulfill. That's what was
it basically gets raised by some other guy, some like knight.
Yes. One of his prophecies was the vision. The father shall not know his own son. There's a couple different prophecies we'll get into. Maybe that was referring to that. But you're right. I always like. It's like we have like two like deceitful or like immaculate births, whatever. We have like the one of. We bring Merlin in, and then he has to like pull some strings to get Arthur pushed out. Yeah. And again, that's kind of that's not a good look on Uther. I think that happens in Attack of the Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, can't do that.
Classic movie. He dresses in a Darth Vader costume, and the chick thinks he's someone else. It's pretty bad.
Not cool, guys.
Yes, but that is what happens in a lot of myths and stuff. I'll just say that. Right. So Arthur's conceived.
I know gods
that night.
do that. Like Zeus did that kind of shit a lot.
When the Duke of Cornwall died, Uther then marries Ygritte, and Arthur was raised under Merlin's guidance at that point, right? During disputes over who should inherit the throne, all of a sudden it's Christmas Day, I believe, or Christmas Eve, and a stone appears in the churchyard with a sword embedded in it, right?
Yeah.
I believe this was Merlin's doing. At this point, Merlin proclaims that only the rightful king can draw the sword. This is where I'm like, I think because Merlin is guiding Arthur, it's possible that anybody could pull it out, but Merlin just had like a glamour cast on the stone.
Yeah.
Where he's like physically he's just like using some magic to like hold it down. Right.
Like,
so it's like, I think Arthur is the one, like he's just trying to get this prophecy locked the fuck in.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's also like it could also just be like a spell of like It's like finger, like where like biometrics kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like once its fingerprints touch it, its palms touch it, it's like, oh, now it comes out.
Nice.
It's unlocked.
I can see that. Well,
I'm like tying it into like some advanced tech.
Well, I mean, if the
also.
spell probably required some of Arthur's blood or hair or something, which then you'd get the DNA from, and it's like you're not going to use those kind of
or it was like
terms
Uther's.
back then.
Yeah.
Or yes, but it's still going to be like, but it is. It's still these like genome coded shit at this point.
Yeah.
Basically, it is like magic, i.e., so like
biometric
science
fucking
kind of
magic shit. Yeah.
Right. So
Advanced tech.
So Merlin kind of then becomes Arthur succeeds the monarch at some point, becomes this thing, and Merlin's kind of the council the whole time. Because also just real quick, I want to say we have the sword and the stone, and that is a separate sword from Excalibur. You know that? You know
Interesting.
That? Yes. Just sometimes they're kind of conflated into the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
I think a lot of like depictions.
The sword and the stone is the
you
one.
just assume it is.
The sword of the stone is the one that grants him the ability to be a king. Then we have this other prophecy that Merlin tells Arthur about the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which is when Merlin is now showing Arthur how to like get into this wild man magic, because he has to go through these trials through this deep wild places to find this lake. Which then this Lady of the Lake, who is like some spirit, some what would you call
like a
that?
Water
like
nymph?
Like a water nymph kind of thing, right?
I've heard it referred to that before.
That is who bestows the Excalibur onto Arthur. So he's actually, I think he's got the two swords. I think he's dual wielding at this point.
Yeah. Well, maybe he gives like the original one to like his like first knight or something.
And so obviously this stuff has been researched to death. Arthur has a whole council at some point. The round table. It's literally like
Knights of the Round Table.
Every story has been based off this now at this point, basically. Which I'd love to dig into some of the different, Lancelot, different Arthurian legend stuff, because it all ties in. I think it's just as like factual as any like religious text, basically.
So that's where like the Holy Grail and all that comes from.
Yes. Do you want me to just talk about some of the prophecies?
Yeah.
That we can maybe like see if they may have already come to pass or if they're coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a historian,
so
but like I know some.
So the one he said was, the father shall not know his son. That's one of them. Then he said, luxury shall overspread the land, and fornication shall debauch mankind.
Oh, I mean,
what do you think that's happening?
Yeah, it's kind of like OnlyFans,
maybe
kind of like OnlyFans style.
Could be that. He was probably predicting OnlyFans,
talking Cornhub and stuff like that.
He was probably predicting.
Seems like that's what that is.
He also said, the German dragon will find it hard to escape its cavernous lair. The dissemination of Normandy will be a sorry blow.
Oh.
That seems like World War II. Seemed like he like got that one really good.
Yeah, he was like, because the German dragon couldn't escape. They were trying to like conquer, and they just didn't.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
To say like 1,500 years before World War II.
Yeah. Which I also know there's a lot of similar things happen.
Yeah.
Because I also know in like Germany before like World War II, there was also like rampant like pornography and like sex work.
Well, it all comes in cycles, right? Like that's why I'm trying to decide if something's already happened or if they will. That one seems like it definitely already happened. I'm sure
there's like there's been different cycles of this happening.
Here's another one. In the twinkle of an eye, the seas shall rise up.
Talking floods.
Talking floods, maybe global warming shit, climate change type shit. Or like floods, because it's tough
talking like tsunamis, earthquakes and tsunamis.
Yeah.
Or a twinkle in the eye, stars twinkle, shooting star meteor.
I like this.
And kind of follow me on there, maybe.
The seas shall rise up. And we have this one. This one relates to some other shit we've talked about before. The malice of the planet Saturn will pour down like rain, killing mortal men.
Oh, man. So what's weird is I've been thinking like all day today, I'm like, we should do another Saturn episode.
Yeah. Turns out they're all Saturn episodes.
It turns out.
It's because it's such a grand theory, it ends up, everything ties in. And then you get shit like this where it's like, what
What?
The malice of the planet Saturn will pour down like rain, killing mortal men.
Is that so? You're talking? The way I'm going to interpret this as like just an insane person. UFOs. A lot of people talk about like UFOs. This like an alien invasion, whether it's blue beam or like a real thing. They're like going to be coming from the sky. Mm-hmm. They could be
raining down.
This like Saturn death
pour
call.
Down like rain.
Yeah.
Not like it's not going to be like an actual rain. Yes, it yeah. Saturn death call. The black cube worship.
Yeah.
We gotta end it, man.
Yeah. Like we they can't get me, dude.
We also have abandoned their native soil and sow their seeds in the fields of others. Excuse me. Sir, he just said survivors will abandon their native soil and sow their seeds in the fields of others. So for me, that immediately for me, I mean, if we're getting interplanetary, if we're talking about Saturn, you know what I mean? If we're talking about like the cosmic scope of things, that almost seems to me, I'm just saying like exploring like outer space, like alien worlds, like colonization of other places,
finding new lands.
Yes, abandon their native soil. I mean, it's tough. You could literally say that in any time period that already lines up.
Yeah,
but if I'm looking towards the future, what that would mean, it seems either like a max exodus of one place to another, either on Earth due to like a
interplanetary.
Yeah. I mean, or it's like maybe half the Earth is going to just become poison, so you got to, whatever that is, nuclear type.
Like mass migrations, get into like the climate change migrations and all that. Like,
those are just some fun prophecies I found from him.
Wow, great. Thanks, Merlin.
I did want to talk a little bit maybe about his like a little later in life. Again, this is all like kind of touch and go. There's so many interwoven stories here. I had a whole like section of like different poems and texts that they came from. I'm just not even going to get into it this episode. I think it's just too deep. We'll probably touch back on it. We'll do wizards again, I know.
Oh, there's too many wizards. Too much wizardry to get into.
So Merlin's later years were marked by tragedy. I was talking to you before the episode. It's like, although Merlin seems to be able to see the future and set up all these different things to like fall and change to like have specific results.
Yeah.
He seemed to never be able to actually do that for himself. Or maybe he just had known.
Change it.
Yes, it's possible he just did not or knew he could not change what was coming, so he just fell in line with it, or what have you.
I mean, maybe even if you try to escape it,
all coincidence, and then you end up doing it anyway, right?
Yeah.
So yes, after witnessing a brutal battle in which many of his friends were slain, he is said to have retreated into the wilderness. There he lived as a wild man, naked and covered in hair.
Yeah,
speaking incoherently and keeping company only with the animals of the forest.
Bigfoot.
Some describe him as raving one moment about living until the end of the world, and in the next breath predicting his imminent death. So he's like, "I'm living forever. I'm about to die
right now. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm gonna live to the end of the world."
So
damn,
we have a couple different ways that he is said to maybe have died. I will talk about Mordred, his son, a little later maybe, or maybe Mordred will get his own episode. But Merlin died and was buried beside a thorn tree on the banks of the River Tweed. The nearby village of Merlindale claims his name, and local lore holds that his spirit still lingers in the Tintagel Castle, the place where Arthur was conceived. That's like kind of how he ends his days, as this wild man, right? I just think that's interesting. He becomes a saint, right? This is the same thing that happened with these early Christian saints around the same time. And we were talking about the 200 to 400 AD with Saint Anthony, and all these. So
it makes me feel like it was like a much more magical time.
It just
unless it's it's a secret now.
It is kind of a secret now, but if you have all these people, these like highly knowledgeable people going out and becoming wild men. I mean, Dawson, we talked about the Yeti a few months ago.
Yeah.
We were talking about how maybe it's just like we have these people that have meditated and become so highly like evolved in the spiritual way that they're just sitting on top of the mountain, like holding the world together.
Yeah.
Right? And they're just have such a grand eminence, right? And I feel like if you have many more people in this older time all doing that, then maybe the world does become more magical. Like if you just have saints and wild men living out
these
there,
powerful like spiritual beings.
Yeah,
basically.
right. It's like that emanation. It's like we have a few guys still doing it up on the mountains, but it's like back then it wasn't commonplace, but it was enough.
Especially when you account how many more people are on the earth now than then.
The magic.
So you need so many more to like
magic
contain all
man
that.
to regular dude ratio is way off right now. Buddy.
Yeah.
Way off.
We got to get that up.
Yeah, we're trying.
Join the cult.
Get those numbers up.
We're getting those numbers up, guys.
Right, but it is. You're right. It's like there's one like magically Super Saiyan emanating guy for every like maybe 1,000 people. It's like that's actually pretty solid. Like you can really get in there. Now
it's like your one wizard for like each kingdom.
Mm-hmm. And now it's like we got just the one dude on top of fucking Mount.
Maybe one per billion.
Yeah. You're right. And it's like now it's like in his power, they're doing enough. Like they're trying, these people in our modern age to like put this energy out. But then they're conceived as like, you know, you're going to see like a crazy Yeti come through the storm to like, we talked about the guy that was saved by a Yeti. Like you're going to get these like more insane things happening because it's just like a little more unhinged. Like this, he can't fully control the spiritual power because he's like working with so many people at once. Maybe if that's like what it is.
I think like when they get violent on people, like the one that like snapped the dude's neck.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It's like it might also be fighting back, and like not quite. You know, that might come out in weird ways. You know what I mean? Might seem like an innocent hiker, but like, you know, these entities are like, oh, this guy's gonna go on to like. Yeah. Like it's like a butterfly effect.
Yeah. It's a Hitler right there. You gotta snap his fucking neck.
Yeah, it's like or you know, it's like
he's a baby.
The thing is like you gotta go kill Hitler, it's like or you go just kill some random dude hiking like 40 years before Hitler was born. To not create a Hitler, you know what I mean? Shit like that. It's like who knows what's going on, man.
Yeah, especially with how many sides of I don't know. Like there's when you're at that level, you're just seeing too much.
Yeah,
it's like doing shit where you just have this golden path madness. And there's no right answer. There's no way.
Yeah, it's like no matter what, you're like the villain, but also it's the only way. You have to like I don't know.
Lastly, before we throw it to some of these slightly newer wizards, I did want to talk about Mordred.
Yeah.
Really quick, this was like Merlin's son. This is like. And one of Merlin's own prophecies for himself that he was given, that he followed for himself, was that he would be like eventually slain by his son, a son born from like incestuous binds or whatever the exact quote is. But basically, yeah, we have this. And looking back in the text, like way far back to the first like root words of Mordred and everything, it seems like he wasn't always shown as this dark, like evil character, more just like as a tragic figure, like also bound to this destiny that like his father had like built for so long. Yeah. So Mordred is born from.
It's one of those things too. It's like it's easier like for like if you're like relaying a children's story, but like he's the bad guy. But like as you learn, you know, you go on. It's not as simple when you start really learning about like what happened to that person. It's like okay, they're just like a product of their environment.
Yeah, we have
cursed to a fate.
This woman named Morgan Le Fay, who Merlin falls in love with and has a baby with, and afterward it turns out that Morgan Le Fay is his like sister or half sister.
Yeah.
So then we have Mordred, who inherits this like enchantment, right? He can has this like he knows how to like work in the schemes of magic, right?
Yes.
And he's like doomed by this prophecy. He's this tragic figure. He like hears that his fate is to like kill his father. Yeah. And it's just he just like I think he probably tries to fight it, but I think fighting back so much you end up in front of him and it's like it's going down.
It's one of those things where it's like we have free will and everything, but like we're all like destined, you know? We all have like a fate, and it's like whether you know it or not, you're not gonna be able to change it. That's why it's like when you know it's like a philosophical question of like if you could learn like exactly how and when you die, would you want to know? It's like, well, I don't think so. It's like you want to know so you can maybe change it, but you just can't. It's like Final Destination, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you have a vision and be like, we're all gonna die. It's like, well,
and the visions are always so vague. Like it's such like it's so
the details of like you're gonna kill your father. It's like, well, what happened to lead up to that? You know what I mean? It's like
so we have like in the text like the prophecies are that or the first one, it says like that Arthur and Mordred will fall in battle together, or like, but it's hard to say if that's against or if they're with each other, or if falling means that they died or if they were just wounded, And I think that however fate played out, it just ends up that like I believe Mordred like kills his father and like then himself basically like at this place, right? The first mention of it really just says, well, okay, he also, I think he kills Arthur.
Oh yeah.
I think he comes through and like he just busts everything up.
Yeah.
Like he's just like the end of this legend, basically. Yeah. It's hard to tell. Honestly, an Arthur episode is due at some point.
We'll get further on it.
Yeah.
We gotta do Arthur, Alexander the Great.
When Arthur fights overseas, Mordred does crown himself king and claims Guinevere as his queen at some point. Just like kind of a reckless individual, right?
So there's
born
like
of a magic daddy,
Yeah.
It's a tough life.
So he might have killed Uther, Arthur's dad.
He might have just killed everybody.
Yeah. Straight killing.
Arthur impales Mordred with his spear. In his death throes, Mordred pushes himself further up the shaft to strike Arthur a mortal blow.
Damn. Like
so sick, dude.
It's like
yeah. Like
they do that in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
dude.
they do.
Aragorn's fighting the fucking Uruk-hai,
Uh-huh.
and he fucking stabs it, and it like brings him in.
Pulls him in. Yeah, I got your weapon.
Like and then he fucking cuts his head off. But that's like the hardest thing you can do.
So, they're also like with all these. There's like a ton of like haunted and paranormal sites that are just in that area because of all this. There's that spring. Oh, getting a call. Just gonna turn that down.
Get a call.
Get a
Guys over here.
Yeah, there's all these different. Maybe we'll talk about more like the haunted and weird cursed areas over there at some point.
Yeah.
I think we'll do that.
We'll get into that.
I think we'll do that at a different time. Doss, I think it's time for you to serenade me with some of these. Maybe we can relate some of these back to the Merlin tales.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's real or not, but I just relate Merlin to like John Dee.
Yes, this is an exact connection.
Because they're both like that, like crystal ball scrying, like highly wise, like advisor to like a king.
Do we have a
queen.
little just like description on John Dee himself?
Yeah. So so basically,
I'm sure some of our listeners are familiar.
Him and his spiritual partner Edward Kelly. Take that however you want.
Mm-hmm. Me and Dawson are spiritual partners.
We're spiritual partners for sure. But he basically Dee sought to communicate with angels to gain divine wisdom, scrying, crystal ball, crystal gazing, mirror work. He was like in astrology. He used a lot of astrology, which makes me reminds me of Merlin talking about like Saturn and like using astrology as well.
Well, they would, yeah. Everybody's watching the stars back then and like gaining actual information from it, or like you've been taught by a master how to gain this insight, which I 100% think was lost, or like at least partially lost. We can do what we can to regain that knowledge, but I think afterward we'll just talk about like where wizards stand now and how like, since that master to apprentice line, because
people still do that, and he was part of like basically what's like more like popularized as like tarot cards. Like he kind of was like part of that like Order of the Golden Dawn, which like kind of like really popularized it. Like it was used before then, but it was like it got like foundationally like this is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, and the Enochian magic and all that, like modern magic practices that people do are all kind of like based off of what like John Dee was doing and like setting down. But I think that is stuff that was originally like Merlin was doing and like created, but it was like passed down like secretly, kept it kind of like in the shadows, and he kind of popularized it and like wrote it down and made like libraries of it.
I think for so long, right? Yeah,
that
we
occultism,
have
you know what I mean?
This master to apprentice line that doesn't get broken, and it's all kind of supposed to be secret. And you have your grimoires of text, but you kind of got to be in the room to see the stuff happen. And I think at some point, either that was lost, maybe even before John Dee's time. I know there was a lot of shit in the 1400s that really put a lot of like of laws like.
And this is like right after. This is the 1600s.
Yes.
Like.
In the 1400s, we had a couple different laws about how you couldn't use alchemy to duplicate gold and all these different things that would just stop you from
Yeah,
your
and John Dee
practice.
was jailed like for a short period for astrology
Like
related crimes.
yes,
Charges, I guess.
astrology.
So he was like
related
got
charges.
arrested for doing astrology.
Yes.
So
Well, because the Christians at that
because it was
time
like very
so
like
intense,
yo, you
right?
don't fuck with this shit.
Yeah.
But he like firmly believed that like magic's a legitimate means of seeking wisdom from God, not just sorcery or superstition. So he was like trying to commune directly with God.
Yeah, he's
as
got
like a wizard.
He's
you know
got
what I
that
mean?
Merlin thing going where
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
you're
where he's
dealing
like-
with this old folk magic, but you're like funneling
He's
it
like, no, this
through-
is like I'm trying to like talk to angels and God,
Yeah.
and commune with them like directly. But it wasn't it wasn't like in line with like the Vatican or the Pope.
Yeah,
You
they
know
don't
what I
want
mean?
that. They don't
like,
want
they
you.
weren't part of that. They were
Yeah.
like, nah, you're kind of like undermining our authority. And he's like, well,
It's like, I'm just trying to
get
cast
so
spells.
smart.
I'm trying to cast spells.
Trying to get so smart
Yeah.
so I can like guide the queen into like not fucking us all and killing
Mm-hmm.
us all.
Yeah, he definitely is just like taking this mantle and running with it, you know. Like,
Yep.
And kind of weaving that, like, because at that point you'd still like there would be some sort of hit, like you can look back in history even at that point in the scrolls and just see some stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I know it's like it's so easy to look at all history now; it's a little harder back in those times. But I think there's still whispers about these ancient things, right?
Yep.
And I think wild magic is still so strong at that point that it's
It's like
palpable, like you can feel it. In
he was
the
like
air.
bringing that wild magic into like civilization and like documenting it.
So
basically.
then he goes to create like Enochian magic basically.
Yeah,
right?
and he
building-
like directly, like he says what is it? Yeah, his notes and journals meticulously detailed angelic conversations. So like him and this like Kelly guy created this like Enochian language that they said was like directly spoken to them by angels. They're just like writing it
jotting
down.
it
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
jotting this down.
They just created a language because they were like channeling this shit. Yeah, he was, kind of like criticized, had a lot of like danger in his life just because
Yeah, you're a wizard.
he was
at that time,
accused
you're
of
gonna get
necromancy
fucked.
and heresy,
Yeah.
and like his association with Kelly, who had dubious reputation.
Well, and that was only probably because he was just
Yeah.
it's like
Well, that's the
dubious
thing
at
is, like,
time because he's just
In
trying
the
to do-
1500s, if you bring someone back to life, they're like necromancy, but if you did it 1500 years before then, it's like that's a miracle.
Yeah.
Because Jesus did that. You know what I mean? Like
and
it's just like this like scope, and it's like, oh, maybe he like figured out that like Jesus magic and that Merlin magic that they like had this like connection with. That's why I don't know. I didn't get too much into like how like where he's like born and stuff.
No, that's
but,
fine. That's fine. That he deserves his own.
It was like pretty normal shit.
They
but,
probably all deserve their own like full episode, but I like tying it into it and kind of seeing that like relationship. And I know we were talking about how that then evolves further into like 400 years later into like Aleister Crowley type magic where
he was like very influenced. He was like channeling things from these like angels or whatever, and he like talks about like angels and demons are real, and like in the future they're gonna be called something else, and they're like aliens now. UFOs.
Who said this? John Dee or Aleister?
Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, he was
That was
tapped
his
into all
journals,
this.
but it's like similar. Like he was in that Enochian.
Well, he
language.
built it out. I think he built it out a lot further. I have a couple different books on Enochian magic from.
But he
Aleister
also had that
Crowley.
like bad reputation because of all like the rituals and shit he was doing, which is pretty devious,
pretty heavy. Some of them,
pretty gnarly.
He's
stuff.
making those period cakes.
Because he might have went too far in the other direction to like gain this power and knowledge, and it's like but it's like there, it's like it's a tool,
but it's
use it how you want to. But it's
I
like,
believe he only had to delve into those deeper parts because that type of magic was lost, and I think because like
that's how you recover it.
How you
basically.
recover it, you got to go deep, and sometimes you become insane from that. Like I think you just touched,
most likely will.
You just touch the like entropy of the cosmos, and everything stops mattering in the same way that it would beforehand, and you start seeing and hearing angels.
And
then like you start
the
realizing
old gods
that,
show themselves and start waking up, and you're like, oh.
And you do it, and you're like, well, wow, the person did this 400 years ago and 1500 years ago, and they were doing it fucking like 10,000 years ago, and it seems like shamans have been doing it for 50,000 fucking years in the wilds.
Always, huh?
So
then you see like cave paintings, like, oh, that They're writing the symbols that I'm thinking of,
and the magic. This kind of magic has just been essentially banned, like for all time. I mean, it comes from Proto-Germanic. There's some Proto-Germanic origins. It builds from a lot of different places when you start with it, but it's at almost every junction. It seems to be kind of cut off. Yeah, fucking by religions like Christianity, which hey, I buy a lot of it, honestly. Like at least in the grand picture of like how like the magic systems of our
that
world
like
work.
organized like it's that like hierarchy part of it, that like Vatican part.
Yes,
that's like why John Dee was like criticized and like
it's like once
opposed because the Vatican and the Pope were like, no, I'm the guy that talks to God.
Once any religion has power, they're going to want to stomp out anything else that gives you power.
That's why the Vatican couldn't have people doing alchemy.
It's like that's why they care.
You can't have every man doing miracles because then it like destroys their power and their control.
And everybody knows they can do this.
But the secret is like that wasn't ever the point of like Jesus Christ wasn't here to like create that. You know what I mean? That's like not the point of it.
He just tapped into it.
Yeah, he just tapped in.
He
like,
just
you
knew
live like
that
me.
this system
worked. Live as I do. And that's like what it's supposed to be.
He knew that people have been doing this magic for 50,000 years.
It's like, no, we can. You're me.
Yeah. You're
like,
me.
I'm like you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm you. I know. I've seen life through your eyes.
Like,
kind of
they
thing,
say that just to like be completely Christian notes for a second. Like they say like he dies on the cross for your sins. That mean he is you.
Yeah.
That mean he is you.
mean he you.
You know,
he knows what you did.
Like I said at the beginning of the episode,
yeah.
it's like once you realize that you're everybody, you're just in a different skin suit, then it doesn't really matter so much anymore. And it's just too bad that like there's never been really a great time in history for this kind of magic. There's never like it's always
there's always like an opposition. Yes, there's people in control that don't want to let that control up because you become completely self-reliant and self-governing if you can tap into this stuff.
Yeah.
If everyone could figure this out, no one would need like a king.
No, I can dupe fish all day.
No, hell no.
I'm duplicating fish, bread all day.
I got fucking 500 bread and fish right now.
I'm teleporting. I'm 2 places at once.
I'm gonna walk on the water.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I'm no clipping.
Yeah, dude.
It's like straight up and walking through walls. I mean, we did a whole episode on that.
What do you want?
Yeah, like it's right here, people.
Yeah, man.
I think this is a solid and this has been a solid conversation on wizards.
I think
we can go on the tangent we are at this point now.
Forever.
Kind of opens on forever. So we don't need to sit in it because I think we kind of contain this.
We'll touch on it again. We'll get back to it.
We do. Well, that's the whole point of what the podcast has been lately is finding these different sections of where this magic lives now, where it comes from. I mean, we are, like I said, we're kind of in the middle of going to be researching on like the psychic warfare, which might already have come out at this point, but it all connects immediately,
directly related to this stuff.
Because as we go back further into the research, it's like, okay, 1970s MK Ultra stuff, 1950s like mind washing, like truth serum stuff, 1940s Nazi magic. Then it goes to like 1890s early like spiritualism stuff, Madame Blavatsky. Then it goes in before that, and it's just they're all pulling from this Proto-Germanic, this ancient magic.
Yeah, this human magic, basically.
So we're just trying to find the base root of this a little bit, and then pull it out
when you start looking into like any like scientific discoveries, medical discoveries, these like technologies that get created, it's like you go back to like where it started from and where it's coming from, and like these like different like psychological tools and like weapons and shit. It's like you go all the way back, and it's like we're basically just like refining and recreating the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
Like it's all like in essence like a magic. You know what I mean? Like that's why when you like talk like, oh, like people like 1,000 years ago could see our phone, they'd think it's magic. It's like, well, yeah, it kind of is though.
It still is.
Still is. Yeah, like we just don't call it that, but it's like
absorbing your soul as well.
Yeah. It's like watch out.
I don't know, Dallas. You got anything else to lay out for the people here on this nice casual wizard episode? Thanks for hearing about Merlin.
Merlin.
Yeah. I just like chilling. Anytime we talk about like a half demon thing, I love like relating that directly to like a Christ-like figure. It seems like it's always this immaculate birth thing.
Pretty easy.
You get these powers, and
I think too. I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's fine.
Well, we always find these topics, and in these topics, we always find a new thing that we just need to look into more.
The rabbit hole continues.
It literally that's literally the rabbit hole. It's what it is. You go down these like.
And that's magical
fractaling fucking paths.
Yes,
and
it is.
And then it reopens up to the main one again, and then we fucking go down another avenue.
And they all kind of lead and come from the same thing as well.
It's great. Got to really make sure we don't just go completely insane.
Yeah.
Feel like it sometimes, but we're good.
Mm-hmm. We're just here to share what we can about all this stuff. I feel like, honestly, as we've breached episode 100 at this point, I guess. I am mentioning it now. I mention it. I think we have gained some sort of knowledge from this. As I say, the only thing we ever know is that we know nothing. Holy fool type shit. But that's the best we can do here. All I can do is parse through grimoire. It's like me and Dawson sit down and read through grimoires, and we're like, none of these words. Yeah. Like it's like
you have to like understand the language.
It's all coded, and you need to be able to you need to cross-reference with other things from different times and places in history. Yeah. And that's how we're gonna find like this most ancient, deep, and real magic. Yeah. And I mean, by the end of this pod, you'll know when the pod's ending because me and Dawson will be flying.
Yeah. We'll be flying. I'll be emitting light.
Yeah, we'll be
ethereal light will be glowing.
You'll be hearing the podcast because you'll just be able to hear me and Dawes talk wherever you are.
Yeah, we'll be directly in your
mind. We'll be piping it into your brain. Yeah,
voice to skull.
You'll know.
Yeah, we'll just be completely resorbed back to the Mother Earth.
God, I can't wait. I can't wait to be resorbed.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's a different form of water glory, I suppose.
Yeah.
This like primordial resorption.
Water of the ethereal essence.
All right, Dawes.
That's good.
Well, people. Send us your stuff. If you got any weird magic you want to talk about,
any wizard stories we don't know
gmail.com.
about.
Check out the merch. There's going to be a link in the description. And also just on our website, pumpkinhillradio.com. There's a link to the merch. A lot of cool designs there. Dawson designed some of them. We're going to work on more.
Yeah.
We're going to get some more cool stuff up there for you. Check the Patreon. Tons of bonus content over there. You're going to love it over there. Join the cult there. Patreon.com/pumpkinhillradio.
Check it out.
Monthly bonus content. Over 50 hours of content exclusive.
Get it.
Yeah,
get it.
It's
good, right?
Honestly, even if it's just for like 1 month, you can probably
You're watching this. Yeah, you can probably get it all in. Resubscribe when we got more.
Yeah,
when we got 100 hours. Fuck it. I don't know.
Yep.
Do what you want.
This has been Wizards.
Bye.
Love you.
I love you.
Oh man, I don't know what the closeout is.
Oh no.
I'll have to come back later and copy paste it in.